Welcome back to A Nosebleed Perspective. We have another guest on our show that we're pretty damn excited about. A Niners, Reds, Duke basketball, Ohio State basketball, Ohio State everything, I might add. Big-time supporter of that college, of the Ohio State University. And big Cavs and LeBron guy, a guy we met in South Korea who loaded and low-crew the peninsula and probably displayed one of the most athletic things I've ever seen in competitive history. When he skipped a Lao 117 nipple approximately 30 yards across an A10 with precision accuracy to his two-man in the middle of a load competition where hundreds were watching on. I mean,
a multinational load comp.
It was incredible. The balls on this guy to do that, first off. And, just ridiculous. So our Ohio State, or just the state of Ohio in general, correspondent, Chris Simonson, or like we like to call him, SIMOOO.
Let's go! Welcome, brother.
Thanks, guys, for having me. Second thing I'd like to say, since it's Father's Day on Sunday, fathers-to-be, let's go! 2 of the 3, right on.
That's right, yeah. Can't wait for that.
And third, I'd like to say, Cheech, let's just keep the kids at – nah, fuck that. Fuck them kids.
They can have them. Those dudes can have them on our side.
I'm glad it's us and not Cheech. Just kidding, Cheech.
It's for the best.
Yeah.
Oh,
the only kid I got's over there licking his balls right now.
Hey, we all got one of those. Love it. Yep. How you been, man? How's COVID been treating you?
Oh, COVID's it's a weird thing here in Ohio. Like, so you either live in a place where it's hit hard, or you live in a place where there's like you absolutely know no one.
Yeah.
I live outside of this village called Yellow Springs. They're the first place in Ohio to mandate masks in the downtown area. And when I say downtown area, I mean like imagine on Osan Air Base, like from Chili's to the BX. That's about how big this downtown area is.
One street.
You guys will notice I said Chili's.
Oh, a 45-second walk.
It's just it's a real hippie town, man. Like people hang out in front of the coffee shop, like no shirts, no shoes, no problem, man. That goes for guys and girls. I saw a girl the other day with hairier armpits than me, but man. Yeah.
Love that. Oh shit.
But other than that, like I was laid off for a little bit, but now I'm back to work, and I don't load bombs anymore. So thank God.
All right, man. Well, we got a few questions for you. From the state of Ohio, so we're gonna kind of hit on that. I'll start off. So you're Cincinnati Reds. You're wearing a shirt right now, or a jersey. I can't really tell, but
Woo! Oh,
yeah.
We're doing Red Sox. All right, Red Sox.
There it is. Love it. Just change his hat. So the Reds, they haven't been over 500 since 2013. They've been a bad baseball team for a while. I'm from Louisville. I'm kind of close. So if I had to pick a baseball team, I probably would pick the Reds, but it's just like I can't even get into it because they're such a bad team. Like their minor league team, their AAA team, I should say, is in Louisville. So I used to go to those.
River Bats.
That's right. Yep. Dollar beer night every Thursday. I used to love that. But what the hell is going on in Cincinnati? And I mean, to take a step further, the state of the MLB and their stooge, ass commissioner Rob Manfred. I mean, what's going on? Do you have anything to say about it? Yeah. I mean, is baseball dead? What's up with it?
Yeah, man. So, like, for the last 2 weeks, right, on my way home from work, I listened to Go Look and Wingo, and, like, every other day there's a conflicting report of what they said the day before. So, honestly, like, nobody really knows. I was literally watching SportsCenter 14 minutes ago, and they were saying that a couple guys from the Phillies tested positive, and they don't know how many people they were in contact with. So there goes one team out of the NL East. Done.
Yeah, I saw they were shutting down the facilities and stuff too.
Yeah, Toronto shutting down facilities. Like, the MLBPA is probably the strongest players association in all of the major sports. For sure, hands down, those dudes they don't care. They'll shut down a season, whatever. Honestly, man, like I thought the other day it was kind of getting traction when all the MLB players just tell me where and when. Nobody gives a fuck, Mike Trout. You make like $1 jillion a year. Like, how about you guys just go out there and be like, all right, cool. Chicago Cubs and the Chicago White Sox, right? You guys are what? 15 minutes away. Why don't you guys just start playing pickup games and, hire some dude to film it on an iPhone? Like, people would watch that, dude. Like, I wake up on the weekends at 5 a.m. just to watch the KT Wiz fucking go take on the damn Samsung Lions. You know what I mean? People are starting baseball in general. Like, I woke up today and the EPL was on. I was like, oh, Manchester United and Tottenham, let's get it. I don't care if it's live and it's me.
Yeah.
But to go back on the Reds, Jesus. Since 1961, when the MLB started the 162-game season, there has been no worse team over a 5-year stretch than these Cincinnati Reds. Statistically, they have the most losses and least wins.
That'll do it.
Let that sink in for a minute. This is what I watch. 710 Fox Sports Ohio.
Oh, man, it's tough.
Like there's been some bright spots. Like 2017, Joseph Daniel Votto he's 2 votes away from the MVP.
Yep.
Giancarlo Stanton just had a fucking dynamite year.
Fuck the
Let's see, 2015, we're in Korea. Old fucking Todd Frazier.
Yeah.
He wins the home run derby. Then he gets traded off and becomes like, name your New York team here. He just goes back. I mean, the kid's from Toms River, New Jersey. He can't help it. He's just, I've always wanted to get across the river, bud. We had like Cueto for a while. That was fun. And then he kind of fizzled out with the Giants. Like Homer Bailey threw a couple no-nos in that time. Nobody cares because next day they lost 5 games in a row both times. Check it up.
Oh shit! Didn't
we were fourth place last year, boys. Fourth. We weren't cellar dwellers. 13 games below 500, and I was happy with it. I was ecstatic. The first fucking game I went to last year, they were up 12-1 in the 5th inning and lost 13-12. Like that's how much.
Oh,
like
shit.
I was there the whole game, ripping those tall boy Bud Lights. Which, by the way, I listened to the beer one, and definitely the tailgate beer should have won.
Ooh.
Hands down. I don't know what you guys were thinking. You guys are probably all reminiscing.
Yeah, we were for sure. Tailgate beer is great. I mean, yeah.
Tailgate beer. This year, right? We got a starting lineup of Castillo, Sonny Gray, we got Trevor Bauer, we got fucking Wade Miley, and we got either Tyler Mallory or Anthony DeScandolfini. That's a pretty solid starting 5 rotation. Bullpen, still not as good. Probably where it's going to get us in the playoffs. That's right. We're going to the playoffs. They're going to 16 teams this year, so we got to get in. How do you not get in?
Got a 50-50 chance.
I mean, I don't know. Still, flip a coin.
Gotta roll the dice. You know what I mean? The bullpen's a little bit better. We will literally fight anybody from Pittsburgh, anytime, anywhere. Amir Garrett is that dude. He took on the whole team of Pittsburgh last year and won.
Yeah, he did.
So there's a fighting spirit in that thing. David Bell's got him going right. Like, we got Tucker Barnhart. He's behind the plate. He's a Gold Glove winner. Good enough for me. You got Joseph Daniel Votto, future Hall of Famer. Say again, when he goes Cooperstown, my ass will be there, COVID or not. We got Freddie Galvis. Who remembers that guy? Me neither. Came from Toronto. Seemed pretty good in the last part of the season. We got Mike Moustakas, who we signed for $66 million.
The Moose.
He's really good. Like, he's on the back nine of his career, but whatever. We got Eugenio Suarez, who literally has hit the most home runs in the MLB by a Venezuelan-born player. You can look that up. Andres Galarraga had 48. Eugenio Suarez got 49 last year. He's our starting third baseman. Woo! Let's go.
Exciting
We
stuff.
got the Punisher, Aquino, out and right. That dude had the best August of anybody I've ever seen in my life. His on-base percentage was like 9 million. He had 16 home runs, and I think he had 35 RBIs in the month of August alone. We're not going to talk about September. We got Nick Senzel, the Cincinnati Savior. All right, he was a first-round draft pick. He's looking real good. He's real fast, and I kind of like the way he plays. He plays really hard. Like, I saw him crash into the outfield last year, and he got right up, and he limped off. He didn't come back in the game, but, like, he got off. We got this dude from Japan, Shogo Hotane. Don't know much about him in the major leagues, but, like, if he's half as good as Ichiro, he's good enough for the Reds. And then, not to mention, those are just the starting three, right? We got four more good outfielders: Phillip Ervin, Travis Janowski, Jesse Winker, and the dude Castellanos that we got from the Cubs. I mean, the Reds spent more money this offseason than they have in the past 10 years combined.
Nice.
Let that sink in.
Nice. They're in
Things
it.
are turning around in Cincinnati, boys. And you heard it here first. From now, we're making the playoffs.
All right.
I can do nothing
Sorry,
but respect everything you
about
just
the Reds.
said.
It's the first thing I actually loved as a kid. So,
Hey, and you know
I
what?
hope they make it.
And when they make the playoffs, people are going to call you a bandwagon, and it's going to be tough for you to handle.
yeah, I can't wait.
Can't wait. Fuck them.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, like I said, respect the hell out of you for having that much appreciation for a terrible team. So, you know.
I can't match you with anything.
All right, so let's shift towards a little bit of college basketball. I get excited when people like college basketball that come on the show just because it's my favorite sport to watch.
Okay.
So, all time, who's your favorite top three or favorite or however you want to do it, Duke or Ohio State basketball players?
Ooh, I did both because I had the time at work last night.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, for Ohio State, top three. I got Scooney Penn. You guys remember him?
Goonie.
I don't remember him.
He was also on that team with who? None other than former Milwaukee Bucks great Michael Redd.
Yeah.
And also former Phoenix Sun great for like half a season.
Yo, that's enough.
There we go, Gibby. You got to pander. And also, old Rosie Cheeks himself, Mr. Aaron Kraft, who's going to be playing in the TV final tournament as a professional.
Nice.
Wow,
Proud
nice.
of him.
Look at him. Good for him. Didn't think he was going
Good
anywhere.
for him. I mean, he got signed by the Warriors once. He had a cup of coffee ability, and then went over to Italy.
Yeah, he's a hard-nosed
Great
player.
place.
I like watching him play. He's a fun player to watch.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He was never like the most talented or best shooter, but like he was always out there. He always played really good defense.
Yeah, that's what
I
people
really
say
like.
about people who aren't that talented. Just kidding. All right, who else?
So for Duke, Cheech, you might be with me on this. You might not. Hands down, number one player that I've ever seen put on a Duke uniform. Jonathan Clay Reddick, also known as JJ. When he hit a three and put up the shocker against North Carolina, that was it.
Just ruined him.
I mean, that was it, man.
Yeah, just
you could tell, like, whenever he was in college, when you watched him play too, this dude, you were like, man, he like doesn't fucking miss anything.
Yeah, nothing.
and
Nothing.
Duke players just had like Duke players, like through the history of Duke players, just have an attitude to them. From Christian Lettner to Grayson Allen, there's just attitude to these guys.
Yeah, man. I kind of like it, man. Like they come in there, right, and they're all blue chip recruits. They're all 5 stars. They've all been pandered to, but like somehow they still have like this chip on their shoulder. Like, all right, I go to Duke, so now everybody fucking hates me. Kind of like being Ohio State.
Yep. Oh, that's funny. All right, who else you got on that list?
All right, so couldn't really come up with like 2 more, but I will tell you, like the Plumlee trio, that was always fun to watch.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Good call.
Especially when who was it? Miles and Mason were together, and then yeah. And then also the 2010 team of Singler, Schreiber, and Nolan Smith. Those dudes were like seniors that grinded it out. Like they were never like that great, but like their senior year they figured it out. And they had Big Zubak in the middle. You guys remember that guy?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you could tell those players probably weren't going far in their professional career, but, man, they were like just a nasty college team. You know?
Yeah, I mean, hell, Schreier and Nolan Smith are on the bench for Coach K right now. So.
Oh, yeah. He was supposed to come to Louisville and help coach. And his son was, too, because his dad went to Louisville.
Right on.
But
how do you like that coach over in Louisville?
Oh, I love him. I think he he came from Xavier, had a lot of success there. He had some hiccups his first year, like when he blew a 25-point lead to Duke when they had Zion, and that was probably one of the hardest games I've ever watched in my life. It was one of those when you like sit there and you like just stare off into space and a little man tear comes out by yourself and you kind of like just shake it away. That was one of those. But yeah, whatever. But I like him. I think he'll do all right. But
I liked him down there. You get a lot of Xavier games up here. You get a lot of Dayton games, and obviously whatever ESPN plays. So it's all Duke all the time.
But let's not get it twisted. He may be a piece of shit, but I loved Rick Pitino. That dude was a real piece of shit. But he was a great
He had to do what he had to do.
He was a great basketball coach. Like year after year, we had 3-star, 2-star players, like all of whom are not in the NBA. They're playing overseas or they're like teaching high school gym or something. But these dudes, year after year, Louisville was right there somehow. So,
no, I give it to you, man. You had that one cat, Garcia, who was the point guard for that national championship. Man, I was like the biggest Louisville supporter that day when they were playing Michigan. Like if anybody plays Michigan in anything, like I'm in. Let's go.
That was a great championship game. I watched that sometimes.
It's just appalling to anybody who's a sports fan.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll give you you got a couple questions for old SIMOOO here?
Yeah, so talking about scandalous coaches.
Perfectly.
Let's roll this into Urban Meyer and what your feelings were at the end of his tenure. I mean, like, all of us have supervised people and have had to bury some secrets for people or had to, like, try and downplay situations.
Chill, SIMOOO.
So what did you feel towards Urban Meyer and how his time at Ohio State ended?
All right. I'm going to preface what I say right now with this statement. I do not support beating the shit out of your wife, spouse, or significant other.
Good.
Great.
I also feel that if you're going through that situation, call somebody. And that's all I'm going to say. Now, everything else is coming out of how I feel about all this bullshit. Brent McMurphy can go to fucking hell. This dude, like, is a fucking asshole. All right?
Yeah.
Most, if not all of his stories have either been redacted or heavily edited because they were based off of things that happened while Zach Smith, the coach in question, was at Florida. He only had one mild domestic dispute, which he wasn't arrested, and he stayed in the house. And in that instance, his wife beat the shit out of him.
That is true.
Guys.
You're only
like
stating facts.
To get divorced. Maybe Urban should have been like, hey, man, maybe she's not the one. Maybe you should have put her up. You know, like we've all been there, right? Yeah, like burying secrets. Jesus. Well, that one hit home. Like honestly, like I think it like I really think that reporter had kind of a personal vendetta against Urban Meyer. Maybe he didn't give him an interview or an autograph for his kid or something. But like I really think that like Urban, like he was kind of done anyways. You could tell. Like he really started out really hot again because he took that year off from Florida and then he kind of got the passion back again. And like he hit it really hard in the beginning. And he always hit recruiting very hard, but like if you kind of start looking towards after the national championship season when they played Michigan State, like all they had to do was run the ball. They would have won that game. They probably would have gotten the playoff again.
Facts.
But instead, like he played just this conservative, like little like trestle ball type bullshit, which I fucking hated. And like as the seasons went on, like he just kept getting like more like, all right, here we go. You could predict the Ohio State plays in two ways, right? It's either going to be a pass or JT Barrett was going to run. The 9th-year senior, I swear to God, that dude was there forever.
Yeah.
And then, like, when Dwayne Haskins was there and Ryan Day was, like, promoted to offensive coordinator, when we started throwing the forward pass, I swear to God, it was like 1940 all over again. I was like, holy shit. Wow, what a forward pass. Like, let's not deny that Zach Smith wasn't a great coach. Like, Ohio State wide receivers, since like let's see, like Joey Galloway, Chris Carter, not that great, right?
Yeah.
However, they brought back Brian Hartline, brought him back from the NFL. This dude's about to produce. It's about to be a fucking wide receiver factory like it is down there in Bama. Put it on the books, boys. Write it down. I don't give a fuck. That's gonna happen. I'm telling you right now.
Huh?
Terry McLaurin, he's about to tear the league up this year as long as Dwayne Haskins ain't throwing to him. You heard that?
Oh boy, we agree.
Yeah,
we agree.
We torn him apart,
thrash.
man. We
Yeah.
have.
I know, I heard. Also, Gibby, KJ Hill, good call.
Yeah, sleeper.
That dude gets open.
He does. That's all he does.
Plus, he's got a lot of speed. He's got great coaching. But, like, next year we got Chris Olave coming back. We got Wilson coming back. We got two, like, 5-star guys coming in at wide receiver. Brian Hartline's got those dudes working every day. Like, you're not even allowed to be on campus, so he's got, like, a fucking facility rented out for those dudes. All right, come on in, boys. We're going to run some drills today. I'm telling you right now. Ohio State, boys.
So they're
As
going to
long
win
as Fields' knee holds up, championship. Calling it.
championship.
That's good.
Huh?
That's a good call.
So yeah, that leads to my next question about Ryan Day taking over as head coach. Do you feel like this year's success was because of the system that Urban Meyer put in? Do you think Ryan Day is the real deal?
Ryan Day's the real deal. You could kind of see in the 2018 season where he was the offensive coordinator and, like, he kind of started taking over more and more and more. Like, Urban didn't really even coach that Rose Bowl. He let Day run it all.
Thanks.
And, like, it's kind of a fresh air, man. Like, he came in, he was like, all right, Greg Schiano, yeah, thanks, man. We know you've been in the NFL, and, like, those guys can understand defensive
that guy.
concepts of I got to be here and there. Yeah, fuck that. Here's what we're going to do. Linebacker, here's your spot. There's your guy. Go tackle. See you later. Easy, right? Linebackers aren't confused. Like, these are, you know what I mean? These are 18 to 21-year-old kids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not every one of them is going to go to the NFL. So, hey, let's get a team that's easier for everybody to understand. Everybody knows their job. Everybody knows their man. Let's go for it, right? Ryan Day put that in. He got the right guys in there. That offense, bud, whew, like I said earlier, until Fields kind of got banged up against Penn State with that knee, I'd never seen a better Ohio State team in my life. In my life.
That's
It
true.
was hands down the best thing I've ever seen. And then, quarterback kind of goes down. He can't really do everything in the offense that he wants to do. Gets a little iffy from there. But, like, I really think that Ryan Day he's, like, the culture was already set in place, yes. But, like, he's putting it into another gear, I feel. And plus, it's the second year. Let me give you some names, boys.
All right, ready.
Paul Brown, you ever heard of him?
Heard of
He
him.
literally played football in Ohio. Jim Tressel, you ever heard of him?
Heard of
He
him.
literally took down a fucking place because of tattoos. Urban Meyer, you ever heard of him? What do
Fortunately.
they all have in common? Their second year at Ohio State, they all won a national championship. Woody Hayes won in his third year. If Ryan Day doesn't win in his second, third year, he's out!
Is Clemson their number one competition?
Jesus Christ. Clemson in his careers. Woody Hayes punched a guy. He was out after Clemson. Urban can't even score points against Clemson. At least Ryan Day did that.
Facts.
It's true.
Well, I don't know. You can go back to that Orange Bowl where Braxton Miller threw an interception for his last forward pass as a collegiate, and then he became a wide receiver and spin moved everybody into their fucking
That was
plays.
the best juke maybe in the history.
Best juke of the teens, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
The teens, I'm with that.
I'm with that.
But yeah, man, I think Ryan Day's he's good, man. And plus he has the infrastructure in place. Like, I know that Cheech was saying, "Have you ever been to an SEC tailgate?"
Yo, it's so sick.
Answer your question, yes, I have. It's not that great. Have you ever been to Columbus?
At USC
5 a.m.
in South
for an
Carolina.
8 o'clock kickoff, and you're like, you literally drink until you pass out. And then you're setting an alarm for 6, you wake up, you have a few more tailgate beers. And then you go in the stadium.
Let's go.
Bringing the passion. If I'm not bringing anything else, I'm bringing passion.
Love it.
Facts.
That's
What
fair.
else you got, Cheech?
That's fair. All right, so you're going to need your other hat. You're going to need your Reds hat again because we're going to talk about a true legend right now.
Swapping
A
hats.
Hall of
true
Famer.
legend.
Oh.
Should be Hall of Famer. Does Pete Rose deserve his lifetime ban? This man has over 4,000 hits
A lot of
as
hits.
a player.
That's a lot of hits.
A lot
He
of hits.
spent 15 years as a Reds player and 5 more years as a Reds manager. Hall of Famer now.
Pete Rose has 4,256 hits, most in MLB history. Whoop-de-doo. Unpopular
The most
opinion.
important stat in baseball. Whoop-de-doo.
Unpopular opinion. I could give 2 shits about Pete Rose, man. Fuck that guy. And here's why.
Oh.
The only reason Pete Rose wants to be in the Hall of Fame is so when he signs his baseballs for like $100 a fucking autograph in Vegas, he can write Hall of Fame class 2021. Like, dude, you got caught. Just own up. Be a man. Take your licks. All right, yeah, I fucked up. My bad. Right? If you're honest from the start, people forgive you. But if you deny it for like, I don't know, let's see, 1989 to 93, no, to 2003, so that's a lot of years. I can't do math.
Yeah,
It's more of a physics major, really.
I
So then
totally
he's
believe
like,
that.
times are tough. I don't really have a lot going on, and the cash flow's getting rough. I'm going to write a book. That's it. I'm going to write a book, and I'm going to tell everybody I cheated. And I'm going to exonerate myself, and I'm going to say I'm sorry. Then they're going to let me in. No, they're not, you fucking asshole.
Oh.
Like, I promise you, dude, you can't deny things for years and then be like, yeah, I fucking did it. Nobody likes Lance Armstrong.
Facts.
That's point number 2.
Yeah.
Anyways, this selfish fucking prick tried to charge my dad $55 to autograph his Reds t-shirt while we were out in Vegas.
Yeah,
I said,
fuck
Dad,
Wow. So this is like personal.
it.
Yeah, it seems personal.
I feel attacked.
No, it's true.
No, I mean, it's okay. I would hate a guy too.
Yeah,
I hate,
fuck
I
it.
hate- I hate-
$55, that's a specific amount.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hate
that's
Randy
bullshit,
Johnson just for that reason. When we were
Oh,
in Los
chill.
Angeles.
Oh, fuck Randy Johnson.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm with y'all. Fuck Randy Johnson.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck
All
that
right,
guy.
continue on.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, fuck Pete Rose. Johnny Bench was better.
Okay.
That's why I got the Johnny Bench on me.
Yeah, oh, there it is. I respect that. I
Nice.
like that. Johnny Bench.
Yeah, because you can't really get current Reds players because anytime they get any lick of good, they trade them away.
You ever come up here for to the Goodyear Ballpark? Watch the Red Spring training? Or when you?
Nah, man. I should have. I had that one brief march of opportunity, and then
Hmm.
I just never did. I did go up to Chase Field a couple times.
That's ballpark and baseball.
Well,
Gibby, it's definitely in my top 2. Like,
Let's go.
I've been to a few, man. Like my personal favorite's Fenway.
Yeah, my wife's been to Fenway.
During what was that? When I was stationed up in Vermont, you know how like they have the Boston Marathon.
Mhm.
Like during that day, they also have a baseball game. It starts at like 10 o'clock, and I got to be one of those dudes that like catches the flag out in
Nice.
left
Oh.
field.
That's cool.
Nice. Did
Like,
you catch it?
The only bad thing was we had to be in dress blues, and I was like,
Ugh.
oh my God.
Not worth it. Not worth it.
However, I got to sit in box seating, and I got
Oh, fuck yeah.
hammered
worth
drunk
it. Worth
for
it again.
free.
Yeah.
Might be worth it. Yeah.
And also, like, I went up there, and like I had this little bag, right? I get up there, and like these people, they'll just like they know we're there, and like if they see you in uniform, they're like, hey man, get in here. We got food, we got beers, we got whatever.
Let's
I was like,
go.
do you have a bathroom? I want to change. And the guy was like, I want to smell.
Please.
So like I changed, I put on my Reds hat, and I sit there and I watched. Let's see, I watched the Red Sox and the Blue Jays.
Nice.
Hey.
Overall, pretty good day, man. All the chicken wings you can imagine.
Oh. Say no more.
So,
Give me what you got for old Simo here.
All right, so we're going to stick with college football because I freaking love college football, even though my team sucks. So who from – that's right. You know. So who from Ohio State has a better rookie season in the NFL? The cornerback Arnett, which I didn't know this motherfucker was going to get drafted, but I'm glad he got drafted to the Raiders because fuck the Raiders. The beast, Chase Young. Okuda, who I think is the second best cornerback in the draft, or the running back J.K. Dobbins for the Ravens.
I don't know if you heard that. He said Okuda was the second best cornerback in the draft.
I mean, I don't blame him. They didn't really throw to his side, so he didn't really have a lot of film to watch. I get it, Gibby. That's good. There's a reason they don't know. Nah, man. Let's go ahead and start off with this Damon Arnett character that you're so dogging. You dogged him on that fucking AFC West breakdown, and I don't know why. It wasn't warranted. That dude is a dog, man. He may not be the most skilled or athletic player, but he's gonna fucking light you up, and that's what the Raiders are. They fucking light you up. Anybody ever heard of Jack Tatum? Yeah, and also another Ohio State safety. Fucking shit up. Anyways,
is proud.
I mean, he probably ran a really good 40 time. That's why they drafted him.
They asked the guy in the grave who to draft. And he said, all right.
John, knock if you hear me.
Oh my God.
That guy's pretty goddamn fast.
Draft him.
Hey, man, I tell you where that guy right there, he run pretty fast. And he's playing his mission in a fucking cast, so I think we're going to go ahead and take him at 18 here. We're going to take him.
Sounds about right.
Now,
Checks out.
let's see. Chase Young, Jesus Christ, dude. That man-child.
Beast.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Like, I know that, like, he's going to have 10 – if he has 10 sacks and Bosa-like year – he's gonna be a beast. Like,
yeah.
The only reason I think Nick Bosa did so well this year was because they had 3 other people to worry about, man. Like,
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
Niners, they picked up, like, they're just like, all right, D, we're gonna go D-line. First time every year, all year, no matter what.
Who's the
There's
best?
good players out there. Right? We're really lacking at wide receiver. Fuck Jerry Jeudy. Fuck Ruggs. Fuck everybody else. D-line. That's where we win this game.
They've already
I
got a bunch of edge guys.
I didn't exactly hate that pickup, but I was like, come on, man. Another D-line, man. Like, yeah, like I think the reason Bosa did so good is because he had I'm not gonna say he had help, but like there's other people on that San Francisco front four that's just monsters.
Oh, absolutely. Right? Yeah.
Where if Chase Young and Washington, it's gonna. I mean, I don't think he's gonna break out as much because they'll be like, "Yo, that dude on the end,
get him."
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point.
That one guy, doubled that one guy.
That's a good point too. I mean, because there's a lot of expectations.
Like off the top of your head, name a Washington defensive lineman right now.
Kerrigan.
That's all I know.
He's a linebacker.
He's edge, yeah.
I'll take
edge.
I mean,
I'll take your word for it.
The dude, the
He's
Payne.
technically a linebacker.
What's his name? The dude from Bama? Payne. Cameron Payne? Is it Payne? Is it Cameron? He's a D
Derek
tackle.
Payne?
It's all right.
Yeah, whatever. We
Anyway,
get your point. Sorry, I didn't mean to prove you wrong.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You gotta – you can't just be like, oh, yeah, they got J.J. Watt over there, that bionic man.
Right.
I think J.K., he'll be all right, man. Yeah, I think he's going to be groomed in there. He's got Mark Ingram in that running back room, which is going to help him out a lot. Like, hey, man, this is how you be a pro. You show up early. You stay late. You don't fuck strippers on the first date type shit. You know what I mean?
It's up for discussion.
But, you know, he's gonna be splitting carries with Ingram. He's going to be splitting carries with Lamar, as we all know. That
running
dude,
back.
Yeah, he's a running back.
He's a running back.
yeah, not bad for a running back.
Not bad for running back.
Last time,
Had a hell of a
running back
season
won
last year.
MVP.
God, man, but now they got a whole season of film on you. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, bud.
We'll see.
I wish him the best, though, man. I hope that Madden curse don't get him. Jeff Okuda. I got two comparisons, right? He's either going to be Eli Apple or he's going to be Denzel Ward.
Oh,
That's like
we love Denzel here.
That's a huge gap.
I mean, it's
Exactly.
Not,
Denzel's
All right.
just like a different
We
level.
just love
Yeah.
Denzel.
Yeah, we like
Yeah, we
Denzel.
do. Yeah.
Denzel plays hard, man. He
Yeah.
literally got kicked out of a game for hitting a guy too hard against
Right.
Yep,
Yeah,
I
it's
remember
not
that.
fair.
Like
I remember
he's
that.
a monster.
He's
Yeah,
fast.
but you know, everybody's like, oh, who's DBU? Who's DBU? Ohio State don't even play into that shit. They're like, yeah, we're BIA, best in America. Look at it.
Nice.
You
Facts.
got, I mean, you got Kurt Coleman, who may or may not be signed right now. You
Should
got
be.
Malcolm Jenkins, Von Bell, Marshawn Lattimore,
Fuck.
Eli
I hate Ohio
Apple.
State.
Everybody hates Ohio State, bro. Come on with it.
They're
If
just
you
too
live
good,
outside of
man.
State- Honestly, growing up, I had no idea that the rest of the world hated Ohio State
They're
until I
just
got in
too
the military.
good. Yeah. And then everyone told you.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. You walk around based on Ohio State shirt. Hey, man, they suck.
Hey, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Fucking dumb, man.
I mean,
But
if you
I
look
don't know.
outside because I mean, the SEC, you got Bama and all the other teams, LSU, but it's pretty much just Bama, honestly, the past whatever. But and then besides that, Ohio State's like the next big college outside of the SEC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you got Clemson coming on lately. I hate all
Yeah.
these fucking been a Clemson fan forever guys. Like,
Yeah.
No,
You
you
don't love
haven't.
God like that.
Yeah.
you
Boomer
just
sooner.
stopped liking the Gamecocks long enough to where you can start sucking down some time. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Well, before it gets hostile in here, let's switch it to a sport I do enjoy, the old NBA. So you're a Cavs. Yep. Switch the hat. Yep. Went to the
Oh,
Cavs
shit.
hat.
Got a Cavs
So
hat on now.
what? Maybe you don't want to, but as a Suns fan, I would want to trade. Kevin Love's contract. He's getting older. You got to rebuild, and then you have to. What's it going to take to trade Kevin Love's contract to build around Garland and Sexton? I like them too, but do you like building around them too?
Man, Kevin Love. What a guy. UCLA great.
Yeah.
2008.
I think he really put in some solid years up in Minnesota. He gave us 5 great years, but let's get real, boys. He's on the back 9. And I'm
Yeah.
telling you right now, he's on 16, teeing off on 17.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, he just is. And there's not that there's not talent there, but everybody's a role player in Cleveland. There's not that guy. There's no guy, you know what I mean? Colin Sexton and Kevin Love are the 2 leading scorers. Then after that, you got Tristan Thompson. They picked up Andre Drummond, but that's just they're just eating contract. They're not gonna re-sign him. I don't think that as an organization, you can build around 2 point guards.
Yeah.
And that's what Colin Sexton is and Darius Garland are. They both average – well, I mean, Sexton's 22 and 3. Then you got Garland who's averaging 20 or 12, 1 and 3. So you're telling me you have 2 point guards on the floor, and together they're averaging 6 assists a game.
Oh.
They got to drop
Like,
Garland.
you got to pick one and then go with it, man. I think they should stick with Sexton, and I really think they should draft this kid out of Dayton, Obi Toppin.
Yeah. He's a
I had
beast.
the distinct privilege to go to a few Dayton games this year, and man, that dude's the real fucking deal.
He is a beast. I love that guy. And they need a guy. I mean, Kevin Love's, if they do decide to keep him around, he's a guy who needs somebody to be the guy for him to be the other guy. He's definitely the Robin.
Exactly,
because he's not the 30 for 30 guy. You know, he's not going to get 30 points, 30 rebounds anymore. He's not going to do that.
Exactly.
So
yeah, I really think that I mean they should kind of move Garland and kind of just or keep him and just make him a shooting guard either way. But I guess he'd have to learn how to shoot, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Just the Cavs are toxic without LeBron, man. They were toxic before. They were toxic for those Miami years. They're toxic now. Nobody wants to be there.
Feel that.
I just the despair's coming, man. It's gonna be another 10 years of tanking, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad. They
I don't know how people don't go to Phoenix, man. That's a
Right. It's a great city.
It's a
that's
dope
a rocking town. If you want to
Owner.
party and do all that kind of stuff.
Owner
I play
will
golf
never-
out there. My God, wide open.
It's the best. It's the best beer. The golf beer.
No, we've already discussed this. It's tailgate beer. The golf beer. I don't know. Actually, I'm in a golf tournament tomorrow. I'm
Best of
going to
luck.
work here in about 2 hours. I'm going to work for 10 hours. I'm going to get off work. I'm going to play golf. And then I'm going to hope to God I got enough energy to smoke some chicken wings after that.
Oh,
Nice.
I can just
What a
I can just
sick
be
day.
like Trace Amigos I once met at a weapons fest in Kunsan, who went to the base exchange and got stacker threes and just popped about 17 of them mother truckers. They got in the cab and went, Polly Polly to A-Town, boys. We ain't coming back.
Polly.
I don't know who they were, but man, wild time.
Our caffeine night was basically similar. I mean, stack of threes and caffeine, just straight caffeine pills are pretty similar. It just riles you up and gets you fired up, ready to rage.
You guys looked at me and you were like, you coming? I was like, absolutely not. I was drinking till
remember.
5 a.m. the night before, and then they were like, hey, man, you got to do this load thing at 9 o'clock. What's probably why I skipped it.
Oh,
I was like, fuck it, man. Me and Haney do this all the time. Let's see if it works.
It did.
it did. It was to perfection. I mean,
Beautiful.
Legendary. Still tell the story to this day.
oh yeah, absolutely. Anytime I see one now, I'm like, lat 117.
Oh.
See this little rubber
Sign
piece
off.
right here? Turns out,
Skipped it 30
great
yards.
skipping piece.
Yeah. There's this human that did an unfathomable thing with this.
Absolutely. Well,
I don't know, man. It's kind of funny. I was talking to, I don't know if you guys knew him, Tyler Pachiti the other night. He was a low bar.
it's
No.
my boy.
Yo,
That's his
Pachini's the fucking man.
Yeah,
so once
was
these two
talking to
left,
him
I
the
hung
other
out
night.
with Pachiti all the time. So
He's over in France doing contracting work.
Is he really? He's in France? I'll have to hit him up. I'm 4 hours away. I've known Pachiti since 2012.
Yeah, dude. And he was like, dude, you remember that one time you skipped a nipple? That was awesome.
That's awesome.
this is great. All right. Well, hey,
Yeah, man.
well, I appreciate you coming on, man. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off because we're running short on time. But hopefully, we can get you back on here once the Reds make the playoffs, or anything like that. We'll have you on, and we could provide this as absolute firsthand evidence. So thanks for coming on, and we appreciate it, man. We'll get you on soon. Thanks.
Let's go, SIMOOO.